Hello everyone, and welcome back to Lucky15, where I'll be giving you just my Lucky 15 predictions for tomorrow's horse racing action. Sorry I didn't make a video for today's horse racing. I did do an app extra, which I uploaded on our Twitter feed at Lucky15. If you don't follow us there already, didn't run that great in the end, finished in 4th place. I'm not really going to go into too much detail about it. Also as well, apologies for not making the video today, but on Saturday I did make a video and we had two good race meetings on Haydock and Ascot, which we covered, and we only had one winner from that. That was top notch, which was our nap from the video. It was a good performance in the end by Nico de Boinville riding for Nicky Henderson. Be interesting to see what that horse does over the course of this season. I think it could definitely be a good quality improving horse, so it'd be interesting to see how that one gets on. Other horses we back with Manila Awards, which we got kind of a bit of inside information about at Wincanton. Probably one of the only times at Wincanton that's let us down. If you don't know already, I do the social media at Wincanton, so I'm always in the parade ring a lot of the time, and often overhear what the jockeys, trainers, owners say. And I heard good words about Manila Awards after it came for a racecourse gallop at Wincanton on Badger Ales Day, but maybe it needed the run in that race. There was a few other decent horses on paper anyway, the likes of the World's End and a few others as well that maybe needed the run. But Sam Spinner, to be fair, was a good game performance, absolutely bolting up in the end by 17 lengths or something like that in the end. So I think the form will definitely be a good piece, but it'd be interesting to see how the others will fare after now they've had a run back. So it'd be interesting to see how that one comes on them and their awards. Other horses that we selected were definitely the Soy, which really let a lot of people down at Ascot, but maybe it needed the run. I know Little Rockefeller has been criticised for maybe not being a great horse, and in the end the race was a bit of a shambles, but you have to give it to him. He did quite well in the race in the end, and maybe definitely so he just needed the run, and it'd be interesting to see if he can bounce back from what was very good novice form last season. So it'd be interesting to see if he can live up to expectations this season. Then the other horse that we selected was Q Card in the big race of the day, the Betfair Chase at Haydock. And even though Bristol de Mai won by something like 57 lengths, it will be hard to assess the form, but there is no doubt that Bristol de Mai is very progressive, improving horse at the moment, and maybe against some better opposition we'll really get to know when he faces maybe the likes of Mike Bite and Thistlecrack and Sizing John just how good he really is on different conditions and at a different track. So it'd be interesting to see how he gets on in the future. I know a lot of people as well are calling for Q Card to be retired. I personally think maybe they should just persevere for one more season and reassess it at the end of the season, see how he's done, and then probably maybe put him to bed and maybe just let him go on the fields or whatever he will do in his retirement, because he's been a good servant for Colin Tizard, but I do get what people are saying, that he doesn't look the same, and as horses get a little bit older they won't always be the best, but maybe they can still find a way for him. Maybe something like the Stayers Hurdle, which I have heard some inside knowledge from my connections at Wincanton, he could maybe end up running in when we do get to the Cheltenham Festival. So it'd be interesting to see if he does go down that route. But I think Q Card, either way, will probably still be racing with connections for this season until the end of it, when they'll probably reevaluate. So it'd be interesting to see what they do with Q Card now that they've changed the jockey in that. But in the end, it wasn't his best hour on Saturday. Anyway, that's enough of me rambling on. Also as well, just one quick thing I did say, that's enough of me rambling on, but I want to do a podcast. Now, I've put a couple of things on Twitter over the last couple of weeks. I've had no bites. I think really there's not a lot of good podcasts out at the moment. I know Ollie Bell and Tom Stanley have got one. The Racing Post do one. Also as well, there's a company called Jumps Racing, but they always focus on two good horses in my opinion. They don't focus really on the average horses is so much. They're always on about Cheltenham horses and things like that. So I think there's definitely a gap in the market for another podcast out there in kind of horse racing land. And if you're interested in that, please let me know. Give me a DM on Twitter. I'd like to know if you would be interested in doing a podcast, because I've got some access to really good facilities at the moment. So please message me if you're interested. Anyway, that's enough of me badgering on. I'm going to be getting stuck into tomorrow's horse racing action. Just normal Lucky 15 tomorrow, no each way, because there's a lot of short price runners tomorrow, and I got to admit I fancy quite a few of these horses I'm going to be selecting tomorrow for you. And the first one is in the 1250 at Kempton with a horse called Burrows Edge. It's currently 5-4 with bookmakers at the moment, trained by Nicky Henderson. Danny Mullins takes a ride, who will be riding on Brain Power tomorrow. Now this horse ran well in a bumper last time out at Newbury, which I was there for that day. Travelled really well in the race, but just in the end lost to the Philip Hobbs horse, which was a very good horse the way it travelled. But I thought Burrows Edge could definitely go well for Nicky Henderson, making its hurdling debut tomorrow. Also as well, it's a track that he normally does very well at with these kind of horses, and I thought 5-4, that could be a good price to getting us a start there tomorrow with a win. So that's the first selection there. In the 140 we then go to Ludlow, another Henderson horse. You kind of see a theme developing here, but I think he'll be in for a good day tomorrow. Going with a horse here called Colonial Dreams. It's currently evens at the moment, had some good bumper form at Kempton and at Seville. Aidan Coleman takes a ride. Now again, Henderson has a very good strike rate at Ludlow in these kind of races with these kind of horses. There's not much opposition for this horse really to beat tomorrow that of note really, that's of quality, and I definitely thought Colonial Dreams has all the beating tomorrow and could definitely win that race. So that's the second selection there. The third selection sees us then go back to Kempton for a listed race, which you don't normally see on a Monday, but we're going with a horse here. It is a favourite, I know it's not very original, called Jers Girl, currently 6-4, trained by Gavin Cromwell, Irish trainer. Barry Garrity takes the ride in the JP McManus colours. Now this horse had some very good form over the last couple of runs, finishing behind Jeski, which finished behind Forheen, and also as well it ran against Applejade's last time out over in Ireland, which is pretty good form. It brings the best form into the race. Also as well, it's going to be in receipt of a little bit of weight tomorrow from some of its rivals, and I wouldn't have thought Gavin Cromwell would have brought this horse over to Kempton if he didn't think it would win the race. So that's going to be the third selection there. The last selection sees us go to the last race at Kempton, and is the nap for the day, called Macavity, 9-4 at the moment in this conditional race. Ned Curtis takes a ride for Nicky Henderson. Now 2 starts ago this horse won very nicely at Tower Stir in a good style. The second has since come out and won for Ben Pauling at Fontwell last weekend, so the form is good there. Also as well, was going very good at Cheltenham last weekend until it fell under James Byrne, and had every chance pretty much going into that race. So I think it might have been a tad unlucky there. I think Kempton will be definitely a track that will suit its ability. I thought 9-4 was definitely a very good price at this stage, and I could definitely see that one launching home tomorrow, and that's going to be my nap for tomorrow, call Macavity in the last at Kempton. Anyway, if you've had a good weekend, let us know in the comments box below. If you've got any good tips for tomorrow, want to take me on, also as well, leave your comments in the comments boxes below. Like the videos, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Follow us on Twitter and Facebook at Lucky15. Gamble responsibly, and we'll be seeing you soon.